Palestinian National Authority Minister for Foreign Affairs Dr. Riyad Al-Malki says that Iran was pulling the strings in Gaza and preventing reconciliation talks with Fatah.
Hamas has sold its spirit and independence to other countries. So Hamas is not free to decide on its own about its own decisions. I think other countries decide for Hamas, and this is really the problem. I'm referring to Iran in particular. And so one finds himself, instead of discussing the internal Palestinian problem, instead of really talking to Hamas, maybe we should really talk to Tehran.
Will the state of Palestine be declared by unilateral declaration or by way of negotiation with the Israelis?
If we go back to what President Mahmoud Abbas have stated repeatedly so many times in the past, he said, no, we prefer that a Palestinian state will come as a result of a negotiating process with Israel. This is exactly our priority, our belief, and this is really our interest. We are working in that direction. Even the collective recognitions that we have really gotten from different countries around the world, it intended to prove that two-state solution is still alive, despite the fact that Israel tried to kill it by building settlements everywhere and really to make the two-state solution total an impossibility as a task.
Is the resolution a test of President Obama's ability to act as an honest broker?
For many years, the Americans were accused of double standards. I think they have to prove otherwise, and this is really very important. We are not really accusing Israel. We are condemning settlement activities, and we have used the same language that Madam Clinton has used in her speech in Savannah Center. So we are not really putting inflammatory kind of wording. We are using official American wording, in order really to tranquilize, the Americans. Still, they want to veto their own wording. It's up to them, but it will make it uncomfortable for the Americans. I'll tell you why. For the first time ever, more than 130 countries have endorsed this resolution. Never happened before. More than 130 countries. So imagine, how the Americans will explain this to the 130 countries in the United Nations.
Do the Palestinian people want a peace with the Israelis?
Absolutely. I can guarantee that. Yes, I can sense this. I sense it. I feel it all the time. I think, people here and in Israel are tired of this, status quo. I think, no one wants to continue in this kind of turmoil, no war, no peace, always, standing up and alert. I think it's time for, our peoples, just to relax and to start thinking of the well-being of themselves, as individual and collective. I think, yes, there is, and every time that, we read public opinion polls, both in Israel and Palestine, or the joint ones that are conducted by Israeli and Palestinian pollsters, it shows that still, the majority of Israelis and Palestinians are in favor of peace and two-state solution.
Prime Minister Salam Fayyad has set a timetable for as early as September for declaring statehood. The question remains whether the international community will galvanize around the Palestinians and whether the people themselves are ready. From the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ramallah, this is Felice Friedson reporting for the Media Line.